Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Are we here? Can you guys see me? Hi, you guys. Let's see. Let's do like that. Okay. So I'm here. And you know who else is here? You're here. And thanks for coming through the LRGA Curves today. On your way in, make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and ring my bell so you can get notified next time I upload a video and so you can become part of this beautiful curvy community that we're growing over here in the YouTube street. So I would tell my curvies something. So husband just came downstairs and he saw me walking over here to like my little area because, I just go to different places in the house, switch the energy up, feng shui of freaking lives and stuff. And I feel good when I'm in this little like Zen corner with my little flare right here, with my art and everything. So, and my fan, I love fans. I collect fans, BT dubs. So if you ever see an excellent fan, let a sister know. And it's not limited to those kind of fans. I collect these kind of fans too. Because mama runs hot. So yeah. But anyway, so I was walking over here, right? And husband was like, "Oh, keeping in practice, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, just walking around the house in these." You guys, I'm hilarious. Just walking around. It's like keeping in practice. Yeah, that's how he met me. I had like one pair of tennis shoes when he met me. Fun fact. I had like one pair of tennis shoes when he met me. And those were even like a wedge freaking sneaker. Okay. We would go on hikes. We would go on like 7-mile hikes and shit. I would have on some stacked platform heels, boots, whatever, stilettos, traipsing through the sand. Yeah. So if I'm staying in practice, because, the demic, haven't had a reason to really wear these if you're zooming everywhere. But yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm also very flexible. It's weird. Yeah. Super flexible. So happy Sunday, everybody. Thanks for coming through today. Thanks for being you today. Did somebody thank you for being you today? God did, because you woke up. That's the first wonderful energy to freaking say hello, person. Hello, curvy. I picked you to be another day. Usually, if I can breathe, I'm trying not to complain. Usually. But I'm human. And all this stuff in the world right now that's happening, it's like, So keeping my composure is kind of like, it's a challenge. It's a challenge and a pleasure. And a pleasure. Okay? The pleasure is all mine. All right? The pleasure is all mine for you being here today with me. Okay? And you know who else is here with me? I have a squirrel. That's what we call my youngest one. He's our squirrel. Squirrel! He'll go do another thing in another second. Nah. He's like, "Mommy, look." And he's like on the outside of the stairs by the second floor landing. I'm like, can you come down from there without jumping? But Mom, no, son. Look, that's one thing about being a geriatric pregnancy. It's like, look, your nerves get a little. Anyway, I still got some of the energy I had. Imagine me like on 20. That's what it was about 5 years ago. And 10 years ago, it was me on 30. Okay. All right. So yeah, that was the story. Husband's like, he's staying in practice. Aren't these cute? I love them. I feel like a brat. I feel like a brat. Those dolls, the brat dolls. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. If you haven't already, ring my bell so you can get notified when I upload a video and all of that there. Okay? All of that there. I've been having the music in me. I got the music in me. Yeah. like my husband's like, okay. We were playing dominoes the other night and I won every hand. I was like, the universe is definitely changing. Okay. Because he's a Scorpio. And so he has like this like natural finesse and can do everything really, 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 really good. And I'm usually like just playing to spend some time doing what he likes to do, which I love dominoes too. But when you're used to getting beat for like 28 years, not like physically, but in bones, you know, if you know what I was talking about, slapping the dominoes and all that there. And if you know all money ain't good money, if you're a real bone player, you know the thing, all money ain't good money. But I had nothing but money when we were playing the other night. I was like, are you letting me win? And he was like, no, I'm not letting you win. You're really winning. Oh, I was really winning. So then we played another hand and I was really winning. And then I was like, now I'm thinking I'm strategic in everything, right? So I was like, okay, based off of what he's already put down, I think that if I put this something two, then the next time I get to go, I'll be able to play this double two, and that six will still be over there, and I'll get 10, right? Because you go by fives in dominoes. So I have been winning. And you know how you have a house in dominoes. If you know, then it's a house. You play like 3 houses, 5 houses, whatever, how many houses, right? And the houses are made of points, right? And so it's like, and I forget how, I don't keep score. And he doesn't even pencil with me or anything. He really keeps score for real, like honestly and everything. So, yeah, but I couldn't tell you how many things go in the house without asking him and he not here. And I've been playing for that long and I don't even like pay attention to stuff like that. Anyway, so I think I'm winning. He just said I'm winning. He's not letting me win, right? So y'all, I did my strategy in my head and I'm thinking, I don't know who the master like domino player is, but I was thinking that I was the equivalent of a master chess player in a domino atmosphere with the strategy I had came up with that I was going to put this double two down. I'm putting this double two down next. Y'all, I put that thing down and he put down a double two. I was like, well, was I really winning at all? Because I was about to play this and it was another double two. So we recount the dominoes, throw that one out, start playing again. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. Okay. So we start playing again. And now, this time though, I'm like, whoa, wait. We just had all the things flipped over and I don't remember seeing a double blank. Y'all, as it turns out, there are 2 sets of white dominoes in the house. And one of the only things that let us know is because my 2 was more teal blue green and his 2 was more like kind of like on a slightly brighter hue, just slightly, just a smidge. Y'all. Anyway, so today we're here to talk about the Real Housewives of Dubai. Thank you for coming through. Thanks for being you, like we already said. Let's put this picture up. Because I was like, what's going on? What's going on? Not sure. But I did call it a little bit. Because we did already have some lives between the time that this season was filming and the time that this season came to be in full effect. Hey, husband, how many thingamabobs do you need in a house? What? In dominoes, how many things it makes in a house? 50 points. 50 points is a house, you guys. And how many houses is the game? It depends on how much you want to play. Like, so, but you play to 100, to 150, 200, to 250. So when I won and the dominoes were all mismatching everything, how many houses did I end up winning? 3. I had 3 houses, you guys. And how often do I usually get 3 houses? Often, but not as often as me. right, husband. I just told you guys that. Man. So anyway, yeah, we're here to talk about this freaking Real Housewives of Dubai situation. And when the season was coming up, while I was focused on what could possibly happen within the relationship between Talene and Caroline Brooks, and how knowing that usually if a best friend brings on somebody who's been longing to get on the show, that person who was doing the longing ended up being a long knife in their back. And hurry up and scurry into the person that they was crying to them about while they was begging to get on the show. I know that much. I've been watching reality TV long enough to see that happens. Anyway, and I was hoping that it wouldn't happen, but knowing that it did, and just wondering when it was going to implode. Let's see. We are watching Housewives. Do you guys watch? Can I get a 1 in the chat if you guys actually engage Real Housewives of Dubai? So I know how many people are like knowing what the heck I'm talking about. And I thank all of y'all for being here. But I don't want to like just be talking in vagueness and you don't really know what I'm talking about. Because I can go a little deep on the people. Just a little bit, you know. Thanks for engaging. Mamere is watching. Smack to You's watching. Joe is watching. Mademoiselle is watching. All right. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming through, and thanks for watching. And for the ones who don't watch, thanks for being open to hearing about this awesome Real Housewives of franchise in Dubai. Okay. They got the melanin popping. They got some stuff going on over there. And they have 2 Carolines, Stanberry and Brooks. Stanberry is from the ladies of London, blonde blue. She had her house built in Dubai with her 28-year-old trophy husband, who she was touting around as like little baby Jesus for her. And yeah, that was season 1. And now this season, she's like, can you get away from me? The other season, she was like, they were like joined. They were like co-joined. And I get it. You're newlyweds and stuff. But to go from that to, oh my God, he's so clingy, to the point where even her kids are calling their stepdad clingy on TV. But she trained him like that. That's what happens when you get them young, you guys. You get to train them. Get them young and train them. So what do they say? You be an old man's queen or a young man's fool, or yeah, something like that. Anyway, I forget the saying. Oh, did I finally get that old? Oh, you don't watch? Q here to support? Right on. Thanks for being here. You guys, Q and DJ have a channel in these YouTube streets. Be sure you go through and smash their buttons. Be more shorty. Thanks for, yeah, I saw you hit me back in the DMs. Thank you for being through. Mademoiselle, love you. Bianca, Supermod, thanks for being here. Mamere was first in the house. Right on. Happy Sunday, y'all. Thanks for coming through. So I was like, these 2 Carolines were very tight season 1, to the point where Caroline Brooks, who the you know, like you're like, oh, 3 sisters on here, you know, and but for some reason, Caroline Brooks does not like these 2 together. And she even was gleeful over it when this fracture happened in this most recent episode on Real Housewives of Dubai, you guys. She was like celebrating. And the more she celebrated, the more the other Caroline Stanberry, who's been mad at her for being nice, she was like, oh, there's the Caroline Brooks I love and know. The more evil and like spiteful and kind of contrary she was to everybody else, the more Caroline Stanberry was standing her used to be best friend, who was only mad because she was like, oh, be mad at these people, and found out that she was friends with them the whole time. Yep. And that's what's up with Chanel Ayan. Remember, we already had the live where we played audio from Sarah Al-Madani's podcast interview with somebody. It was over there. I forgot. Darn. But anyway, in that interview, she said that part of what ends up coming out is that last season when Caroline Stanbury was coming after Lisa Milan, and it seemed like it was Lisa Milan and Ayan against Stanbury and Brooks. They have befriended each other behind the scenes and were talking the whole time. Ayan and Stanbury, you guys. And then this season, we already saw that after Talene turned, I mean, it was like turned on Brooks. We saw it coming from a mile away. Milo, calm down. Calm down. You're so sweet. Yes, you're so sweet. When other dogs go by, he goes crazy. Crazy for you. Touch me once and you know it's true. Anyway, I don't know why that song Crazy for You from Madonna always comes in my mind when I say crazy a certain way. There's all different kinds of songs with crazy, but that particular way I say crazy made me think of that one. Yeah, Smiling with Erin is in the house. Right on. She has a channel in these YouTube streets. I love going over there, and we have freaking, what's it called when it was quizzes on Disney stuff, you guys, and it's so cute and fun. I love it. Such a relief. It's like a you know how when your grandma used to cook with the pressure cooker in the kitchen, and when it was finally time for it to not explode if she touched it, and she would like relieve the pressure, and it would go and decompress from all that pressure and everything. That's what it's like over at Smiling with Erin's compared to like all the other stuff going on in the YouTube streets and in the rest of the world. It's very, I mean, look at the name, Smiling with freaking Erin. Duh. She says what you're about to get. And think about that good medicine, because laughter is the best medicine, and smiling is a gateway drug to laughing. How about that? That's what I'm peddling. That's what I'm peddling. I love you guys. I love you guys. Sorry if that was a lot. Or not. I don't know if I have to be sorry about that. I don't know. Anyway, this episode picked up with the women in Bali, which I am getting my family there. We are going to the Balis, okay? And the women are in Bali, and they're at the dinner at which Caroline Stanbury took it upon herself in order to try to, I don't know, what was she even trying to do? Why did she even bring it up? Well, if we're being honest, then why don't you say, because she didn't say it was, she got it from Lisa. About how she really felt about Brooks is how Stanbury brought it up. And so Sarah's like, what do you mean how I really feel about Brooks? And then she says, well, Ayan has a voice note, and it's of you saying something about not really caring. And then Talene was like, you don't really care for Talene. You don't really care for Brooks. And then they do a flashback to Chanel Ayan at lunch drinking tea with Stanbury and Talene. Okay? It must have been she was drinking Kool-Aid. That's what it must have been in the cup. Because she sipped it, and for some reason she's like, want to hear a voice note? Want to hear a voice note? She was like sipping tea. Want to hear a voice note? It was really Kool-Aid, I guess, because she plays this voice note of Sarah speaking and talking to somebody. And I don't remember hearing Lisa's voice in it, but Lisa was immediately like, the voice note I sent you in front of everybody. She's like, what I sent you? Now, these two, for the people who watch the show and don't watch the show, these two specifically, this one right above me is Lisa Milan, and this one is Chanel Ayan. And they were inseparable, beautiful relationship the first season. Just had each other's back to a fault. And just, it was really refreshing to see like an unbroken sisterhood for real, regardless of what was happening with the fame. You know what I mean? And it was really, it was refreshing. It was refreshing. However, with Sarah Al-Madani's revelation that Chanel Ayan has been behind the back friends with Caroline Stanberry, who besmirched this woman's like calls her an escort, um, talked about her businesses, just all kind of, I'm like, over the top things to do to another woman on this platform because you got called out because you guys were acting contrary. You guys, her and her 28-year-old arm candy husband Sergio, in the first season were caught saying some disparaging things about Lisa. And to me, it was disparaging because then they hurried up and flipped the script and made it Lisa's fault for existing. I was like, what happened? I was like, but didn't they just, and nobody ever mentioned what they did. It was Lisa's fault for like reacting kind of to what they did. And she ultimately ended up having to apologize. It was just weird, but they freaking let it go. And allegedly, Chanel Ayan was secret friends with Stanberry while she's attacking her bestie, you guys. That's what I got from that podcast interview. And that when it's finally revealed the depths of Chanel Ayan's relationship with Caroline Stanberry, it's going to be even more of a betrayal to what happened in this episode, where we pick up with the revelation that Chanel Ayan shared a voice note that was given to her off camera in confidence from her best friend, Lisa Milan, and shared it with the basically her arch nemesis, because she doesn't F with freaking Stanberry at all. To the point where, like I was saying, when they noticed Talene get out her freaking and voodoo doll on freaking Brooks and go over to the dark side over with freaking Caroline Stanberry, Chanel Ayan specifically literally said, did you see how quickly Talene went to Stanberry and knowing that Stanberry and her and Brooks don't get along? And then Ayan said, I would never do that to you, girl. I would never do that to you, girl. And the whole time had been secret friends with Stanberry. So we found that out before this episode even aired. Okay. So now we get to this episode where the flashback picks up at her being like sipping Kool-Aid. Got a voice note, Caroline. Want to hear it, Talene? Oh, anything to be at this table. Anything to be at this table. It's just like so freaking high school. Oh, let me show you the text from my best friend about the time she cheated on her boyfriend, but don't say anything. And the girl's like her arch nemesis. What's going on? Why are you shaking? Get off me. Okay. So when they're playing that flashback, we're hearing Lisa say to Chanel, the voice note I sent you? And Sarah's across the table, like, what are you talking about? And Talene is like throwing gas on fires to try to instigate the same kind of fracture that ultimately happens between Chanel and Lesa. Try to instigate that with Brooks and Sarah, because for some reason, even though you were allegedly her best friend, now you're going around not only siding with people who only took up for you because your vag was out, but also actively trying to reveal stuff that might otherwise fracture another safe space for your friend, your only friend in freaking Dubai for 10 years, your longest friend in Dubai for 10 years, Brooks. Am I saying it the right way? You guys know what I'm saying, right? So Talene, who's not pictured, was brought on by Brooks, and she wanted to reveal that Brooks's new ally and one safe space is freaking revealed somehow as somebody who's not for Brooks. Like, she was like, it was horrible. And it was crazy. Anyway, so Lisa's like, the one I sent you, the one I sent you. And Ayan is like, yes, I'm sorry. And she's like, I can't trust you. Isn't that something natural that would come out of that scenario where you're at a dinner, blindsided by Blonde Blue, somebody who your friend just said she would never go against you to find out that she's been playing voice notes that you sent to her off camera, on camera, in situations where it's going to now be brought up. So that's why I'm calling this Lesa meets Karen, I mean Ayan. Because after Lesa says, oh my gosh, I can't trust you, I'm never going to send you anything again. Ayan, the one who shared it with her enemy. I got a voice text one here. The one who shared it with her enemy flips the script immediately like a Karen and is just like, oh my God, I can't believe you said you don't trust me. Oh my God, I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt. And she started doing this face that she does when she cries. And she's just so hurt because she betrayed her friend and now her friend can't trust her. And I'm like, Ayan, really? Really? How does that match, Ayan? And people were like coddling Ayan. It was weird. A couple of people were like, well, Lesa kind of can feel away. But then they were like even overlooking Lisa's betrayal and going straight to, well, Sarah needs to be mad because Lesa gave it to Ayan in the first place. And it ultimately ended up that the conversation that Talene was so thrilled could have been about Brooks not being liked by Sarah ended up being about how Sarah doesn't like Talene. Wow, that Carmageddon happened in a dinner. In a dinner. She's like, ha, she said she doesn't like Brooks. Ha. And then within a minute, it's explained that, nope, she doesn't like you, bitch. It was like, whoa. I was like, oh. Yeah, I got to be careful with this Carmageddon, I guess. Can't be wishing ill on people for the good of all and harm to none, right? Um, so yeah. So that night, after all this betrayal and the nerve of freaking Chanel Ayan to get up and cry away from dinner, the nerve, you guys, the audacity. The audacity of her to be the one that shared the thing and is blaming Caroline Stanberry. Oh, I can't believe she betrayed me like that. Because she thought her friend's enemy was gonna, who she's been secret friends with, was gonna really have her allegiance and she was really gonna have her confidence. Did she really think that? Y'all, you guys. I trusted her. I trusted her. She was crying like this because she trusted Stanberry. She wasn't crying like this because she betrayed Lesa. She was also crying like this because Lesa said she couldn't trust her. You guys, is that weird? I think that's weird. Can I put a 5 in the chat if you guys think that Chanel Ayan was correct in having zero remorse of her betrayal towards Lesa? And can I get a 0 in the chat if you feel like Lesa had every right to say and feel and know that I can't trust you, Ayan. I'm not sending you nothing else. Did she have a right to do that? Can I get a 0 if she had a right to do that? And then I said a 5 if Chanel was right. Because it's just weird to me. I'm like, to find out that you've been lunching with the ops. And then every time she gets in a confessional, she says things like, oh, Lisa's jealous of when I have other people in a relationship. So now it's making Lesa look like single black female over here. When I bet if you were just honest a lot, then you would be able to interact with her. But she sees Lesa for what she is. She's like, why do I have to kiss her ring? Kiss my ring. Okay, how about that? Because as it turns out, Stanberry's rings might all be bought by other people. Because Michael said he was paying for everything. Remember, she had nowhere to go while her house was being built, and she ended up over at Michael's house. And that's where she was telling Sergio that he was just too clingy and go in the other room and figure it out. Y'all, yes, we got some zeros. Because Lesa has every freaking right to say that. But no, Chanel storms off after calling the police for no reason. Now she's hurt and she's afraid for her life. She runs to her room where Lesa goes to her and gets cussed out so bad that we don't see it. But now Lisa's crying, calling Chanel Ayan's husband, talking about, your wife just cussed me out so bad. And I've never been talked to like this before in my life. But that part, I was like, well, she was on this other reality show where she whooped this bitch's ass. And from what she said, Chanel Ayan said to her, it was a lot of words. And when she whipped that girl's butt on the reality show that she was on when she was much younger, Lesa Milan, that girl didn't get too many words out. So maybe she's right. She hasn't been spoken to like that before, at least not without getting snatched up. No, but now she's a mom. She got things to lose. I'm sure that wouldn't have been how it went. Because she's not like an angry black woman. She seemed very hurt and distraught over the fact that her supposed to be alliance, that was her one alliance. People were like, Kai did not really last season. They were like, well, Lesa can go. Lesa can go. I was like, no, you can't break up the freaking dynamic duo. I mean, there is, for Chanel Ayan, she's fabulous and everything, but I feel like she needs Lesa and Lesa needs her. And plus, it's a very unique situation when they can keep an alliance going, but it's cracked. It's over. Because I also recently posted some lives from Chanel Ayan saying that they're still taking a break from each other. But I also heard that we may hear something that Lesa does. I don't know if in an act out after this, but Sarah says something like, what Lisa did, I can see why Chanel Ayan is upset. And so I'm like, there must is going to be a part 18 to this story, because later, it's going to be after this major fracture. We're going to see, hopefully it'll be revealed, if what allegedly Lisa did to ultimately be the bad girl in this situation. But so far for me, it's clearly Ayan. So that night they went out dancing and everything, and Chanel Ayan was sitting in bed, sleep in her bed, because she didn't want to go out, because she betrayed her friend and felt betrayed by Stanberry. And how could she say she doesn't trust her? So then the next morning, everybody gets up looking beautiful. They go sit down, and as soon as Lisa sits down, Chanel's like, "Oh, we have to talk later." And Lisa was like, Chanel, or Ayan. And she got up and started crying. And this time she walks away, and Chanel goes and meets her and is like, I'm sorry for saying what I said in my room. So she acknowledges the cuss out. She's like, I was just so upset that you said I couldn't trust you. And so, yeah. So I do kind of remember there was this confessional where Chanel Ayan in the moment said she was partly mad at Lisa because she told Lisa, allegedly on the way to the dinner, that she played or shared a voice note with somebody or shared a recording or something. I don't know, but they didn't really address it. And she didn't never say, well, I had played it for you before dinner again on camera or anything. So I'm not sure if I heard it right, you know. Let me see these comments. Thanks for being here. Let's get them. Let's get them. Let's get them. Okay, so happy Sunday. So we'll start here, Mamere. My unpopular opinion, Sarah is problematic. I think she speaks out of both sides of her mouth and has such an inflated sense of herself. She actually believes she's being righteous. She does. It's like, why does everybody need saving from Sarah? And I'm not sure if I need somebody to save me who doesn't even look like how they used to look. Like, if your only way of saving yourself is to not be who you are, but now you're telling everybody to be who they are. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I can see how it comes off like, who are you to tell me how to be me when you're not even who you were? Not saying there's anything wrong with stepping into who she sees herself as. And it feels like a person who's going to be like, oh, be yourself, get to the healing, get there, might otherwise be inclined to, you know, not alter their appearance greatly. I don't know. Tweaking it. She's gorgeous. She's like so freaking gorgeous. I ain't mad. I'm just saying it just doesn't, I don't know that I could be like seriously taking her serious at IRL. Like if we were literally kicking it and she's like, Leah, look, you got to do X, Y, Z, girl. And I'd be like, oh, okay. And then do a little research on her and see, you know, what it took for her to have this metamorphosis. It could be interesting to see if that was her juxtaposition. Like, I just wanted to throw that word in there. It didn't go there right there. So, okay, let's see. Yeah. So I had to call a non-emergency number of the two. Now the lady's in front of my property. No, wait, what? Oh no. Wait, what's going on? Let's go further up. Afternoon entertainment, miss about living in the town, neighbors, drama, crazy 5 miles that way. Shoots his rifle at odd hours. No, I don't watch. I'm here to support. Oh, was there more to the story? Well, you guys stay careful over there if the neighbor's shooting the rifle. Chanel is friends with the mean girls from different, yes, and she loves Teresa. Oh my gosh, the things that she says, she's like, I don't know, she just wants to be with the nasty lady crew. The nastier, the better. Okay. She is friends with a lot of the rather pot stirring housewife crew. I see that. Yep. Ayan gets dirty. Yeah, but we can't help but love her. Yeah, of course we love them all. We love them all. We love them all. It was wrong for her to do, and we love them all. And it's going to be horrible because um, actually, it's going to turn out that part of the reason Caroline Brooks, when she saw this fracture happening, was in her confessional. She brought the microphone closer and she's like, yay. Yes, and the walls come tumbling down, and the walls come tumbling down. That's what Caroline was singing that song with joy in her heart. But as it turns out, I have some lives that I'll be posting of Lisa and Brooks kicking it heavy. Lisa and Caroline Brooks have been really kicking it, going to Usher concerts together. No other ladies, just them and some ladies that I don't know. And like she was celebrating her birthday with them, just her and Caroline Brooks and some other fabulous ladies. No other ladies from the show. So maybe Caroline Brooks wanted Lisa all to herself all this time. Who knows? Let's see. I don't care for these nasty attitudes and these mean girls portray. Yeah, I'm like, there's so much to be fabulous with in Dubai. Can we just stay to the fabulous? You know, to the FAB. You know what I'm saying? Like, can we stay with gold flakes on your Cobb salad? I want to see more of that. We don't need all of this. Play the tape, play the voice note. Like, come on. And especially for Caroline Stanberry to always be sitting at the head of the table and like the puppet master of like chaos. You know, the devil is the author of confusion. I'm just saying. Right? So she's like, oh, things are going lovely here. What can I do? She's like one of those box trolls that like things are going great. So she goes and finds some box for you to trip over and steals your cheese. Mm-hmm. And then laughs about it. Mm-hmm. And now she finds somebody to laugh with her because Talene is just sitting over there with her. I almost thought it was Kamala Harris laughing so hard with her in that room. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Just laughing and laughing. I'm like, and they're just laughing at people's demise, you know? And that is when Caroline Brooks got back into Stanberry's good graces, is when she started saying snarky remarks about the demise of Chanel Ayan and Lisa's relationship. Now Stanberry's like, oh, there you are, Brooks. This is the Brooks I love. I'm like, yeah, colonizers usually do like a lot of evilness. You know what I'm saying? Because who would take glee in that? I'm just really disappointed in Ayan. And then for her to cry, have the audacity to cry about the freaking betrayal from Stanberry. If you had you talk to your real friend Lisa about your plan to play this damn voice note, she would have told you can't trust that bitch. Okay? And Talene wasn't far behind. Couldn't wait to bring it up. Because the rule is, obviously, if it's on camera, then you get to bring it up later, even if they don't really show it in nothing but a flashback. But what they couldn't show us in a flashback is when Lisa sent it to Chanel Ayan in the first place, because that wasn't on camera. So for Chanel Ayan to bring it to camera at the lunch gives it the legs that it needs to even be on TV. It's literally, she provided the wedge that would become this fracture in her relationship with her best friend, who she would never do that to, girl. With specifically the person she would never do it with. Very disappointed in her. Very disappointed. Yeah. I can't. I'm dizzy with her zigzags, Joanne. I also was so irritated with Ayan when she got mad at Lisa. Yeah, I was like, seriously, Ayan? I'm like, where? So is Caroline Stanberry providing the gas that has you gassed up, trying to have us spinning? Because even Lisa was like, now she's trying to spin it on me. Talking about she's mad at me because I tell her I can't trust her because she betrayed me by giving the shit over there to Stanberry? To Stanberry. Really? Ion. Stanberry? And you crying? You're going to have to miss me with all the BS, girl. And you're going to have to miss Lisa with all the BS. Because you know why? It's BS. This is just one of those moments where you got caught with your pants down and now you're trying to deflect. So you're playing the blame game, not owning anything. You need to own it, period. Apologize profusely to Lisa, period. Period. And then it could be over. But we'll have to see if she does that or not. But anyway, Lisa tried to move on. And the girls went out and they had a nice afternoon. And then they come back and it's time for this dinner that Lisa has planned, where she got everybody an outfit to wear by some designer that dressed Miss Bali. And they have traditional, like, wedding glam outfits to wear to this traditional Bali dinner. And they had an hour to get ready. But by the time they get there, they only had 20 minutes left to order. So, as always, the ladies were late. And for some reason, Caroline Brooks was super upset that the ketchup and mustard color scheme, she ended up with mustard. And she doesn't wear mustard because mustard's for hot dogs, I guess. I don't know. She would never wear anything with yellow, mustard yellow. I don't wear mustard yellow. And it's just like, it's like a freaking costume. Just imagine like it's like a costume. Like you're just like, it was one dinner and she refused to put it on, talked so much smack. She was being like the little freaking Joker. You know how back in the anybody Game of Thrones in here? Well, on Game of Thrones, they never really had a Joker come to court. But back in the day, in medieval times, for entertainment, they would have this dude, the jester, the court jester. That's what he was. And he's displayed like in your cards when you play in war or spades or gin or whatever. You know, the Joker dude with that hat. Yeah, that's similar garb to what the court jester would wear. And the court jester was the form of entertainment for the court, right? And it was their duty to do whatever they could to entertain and make the nobles laugh, right? So Caroline Brooks had been on the outs with Caroline Stanberry and Talene. And now that she saw the fracture happening with Ayan and Lisa, getting this reaction out of Stanberry, even she's in her confessional talking about, I like being like this with Stanberry. So she's sitting there being the jester for Stanberry, going in about mustard yellow. She would never, and she's not going, and just getting really like the meaner, the nastier, the more Stanberry's like, oh, more. And Talene is just sitting there like, ha 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 ha. It was really kind of creepy actually, because I don't know what all that was about. Like, you're in a foreign country, go have some foreign experience, get off your freaking high horse, and go have a seat in the freaking restaurant. Have some of that Thai food, or I mean Bali food with the lotus flowers in the water, and have a good time. And it's like a moment of life for an experience that was on camera, and you would rather literally spend all your camera time being super duper nasty and saying like super horrible things, like just like really like all your time. That's what you wanted to spend with all your time doing on camera, was being the mean nasty girl, and then eating food from in-house and continuing to drink with your eyelids so shut that people think you have a drinking problem, which is even more entertaining for Talene and Stanberry, who, when you're not around, they say you have a drinking problem. And I was liking Brooke stand up to Stanberry, and liking the fact that she was like, look, I'm not going to let you talk about my friend that I just brought on the show. Um, so for her to like be backsliding, so to speak, Sarah's spiritual journey teacher, I guess, isn't really helping her the way she thinks, because that was not spiritual healing that we got at that. They were stayed at the inn and had a dinner, compared to the ladies who did wear the outfit. They didn't necessarily think it was their color. They didn't necessarily think it fit right. They just made fabulousness out of fabulousness and made it even more fabulous, and then owned it and walked through the restaurant, and they all look like freaking, they said the lady dressed Miss Bali, and they all look like a Miss Bali's. Okay? They looked fabulous. We didn't know it didn't have buttons. And most women have had a situation where you want to wear it so bad, you need a safety pin, or you need to tuck it a certain way because the button is missing, or like the zipper did something, and you're like, well, I'll just go ahead and chance it. Let me put on this long shirt in the front, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Most of us have that. So I don't know why they didn't just do what most women do and make things work, make magic. But no, you sat there and made mean. You sat there and made mean. Okay? Okay? Anyway, that was pretty much the episode. And I don't think that they'll be coming back from this fracture too soon. Because, like I said, in current time, the lives that they're posting don't have each other in them. In current time, the word space is being used in one day. Okay? So yeah, it was not on last week. So this week we picked up at the dinner where it was revealed that Chanel Ayan played that voice note for her new ass helmet, Caroline Stanberry. But by the end of the episode, she took off her ass helmet and is wondering why her hair stinks. And it stinks because you went to the dark side. And that's what happens. You lay down with dogs, you get fleas. You wear ass helmets, your hair's gonna stink. So, yeah. Like Jackie had Teresa on for an ass helmet over in New Jersey. Didn't work out so good. Didn't work out so good. Finally had to take Teresa off, and it stinks. Yep. Yep. So that's what happens. Anyway, oh wow, whole episode behind not wanting Ratchet behave. Yeah, like we don't need freaking Ratchet all shade. Like, get along. Just freaking get along. Don't attack people's businesses. Don't attack people's children. Don't attack their family. Don't attack their husband. I mean, like, it's simple. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Like, you're literally in Dubai. It's full of gold. It's the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So obviously, you're doing all this stuff to other people. For one, I don't want to hear you cry when they do get tit for tatted. Okay, because some of these ladies have some tats coming. Okay, because they've already titted, and now their tat is going to come. And if the tat is harder than the tit, then you can't really judge the tatted because the titted started it, right? Is that fair to say? Like if you titted, then when I tat, I mean, unless you send me a fax that says what I can and can't do in the tatting, and I get it and agree to it, that's the only way. So, yeah. I love Lesa. Me too. I think Sarah's trying to brand herself. Yes. She's trying to brand herself as like this ideal, and it should be working for her. Wait just a second. Let me see. Crazy dog. Let's see. Your imitations. Right on. Oh, wow. I'm a whole episode. Okay. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode, you guys. I totally appreciate you guys coming through. Is there any other thoughts you guys have for the show? Like me personally, based off of what's to come, it doesn't look like things are going to get any better with a lot of people on here. And I do like the new girl, Sabine. I think that I like her kind of like, I don't know. She's giving me delicate the way Phaedra Parks acts. She's giving me like on 28, like ultra delicate, just like, you know what I mean? Um, and I like her interjections. And she does seem to have like a sound reasoning. And, but Talene, no, Talene is nobody's friend. And she was over at freaking Watch What Happens Live with Brooks and Sergio and Chanel Ayan. And she did finally say that she shouldn't have played the voice note. She just shouldn't have. And that Chanel Ayan said that Lesa had every right to say that she didn't trust her. She finally said that. And she didn't add, because I told her before. So this hasn't come up again. Just simply, oh my gosh, it's been a minute. Hey, yes, Lisa Milan is my favorite from the cast. I love that she doesn't, yes, kiss and follow behind Stanberry. Yeah, I'm like, me too. I'm like, I love her. Why would I kiss Stanberry's ring when I have this ring to kiss? You know, it's like, I'm totally with that. And by the end of the season, I'm sure we're going to actually see the relationship that's developed already. Because, like I said, Caroline Brooks, rather, sorry. Caroline Brooks, the one who owns the glass house, the black one, the Caribbean, the whoever she is, you know who she is. Um, she, her birthday was yesterday, and Leo's in the house. So, and Lisa was the only housewife present in any of the shots of Caroline Brooks' birthday celebrations that she posted. And I'll be posting a reel of that. Yeah, Stanberry friendship is strategic. She became friends with Ayan because she's a fan favorite. Yep. And she will discard Ayan when she has no more use for her. Exactly. Exactly. You know, because Stanberry, and that's part of, it's like Stanberry, her position even at dinner, at all the dinners, she's like at the head of the dinner. I think they should have rotating heads of the dinner. How about that? Either we're all sitting across from each other, or we're having rotating heads at the dinner. Because just like aesthetically, I don't like that. I don't like it because, and then the way things play out, like she was at the head of the table, and then she's like, "Oh, play the voice note," and then just kind of sits there and is entertained at the chaos that she ensues. It's just like, yeah. And I don't think that it should be rewarded with head of table stuff. Do that from the sidelines. Let some grace and elegance and real fun sit at the head of the table. You know, speaking of real fun, I think that Shannon Bedora is real fun, you guys. And I don't think that Alexis Bellino is real fun. All she does is come to talk about her John and her boyfriend, and the way she says my boyfriend. I'm like, bitch, you have teenage kids and you're saying my boyfriend like you're in 10th grade just because he's my boyfriend now, and my boyfriend's name and my da 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 is giving all kinds of single white female. And you're not married to the man yet, so it fits. It still fits. It looks like you were really jealous that Shannon had a guy like him, and you are just doing anything to get back on the show. And yeah, and John, who would have known there were so many Brooks in freaking the OC? So, and they already had that scary story. What was it called? They had that John movie. Didn't they have that John movie? And it was about the guy who was like, he was a creepy McCreeperson, and he had that lady believing that he was somebody that, Dear John, it was called Dear John, where he was all one way with her and another way with the other people. Because it sounds like Shannon got the short end of the stick over there. Because I went and popped in and looked at that. I was like, what's happening over here? And over there, you know how they have Stanberry in Dubai? They have Heather in OC, where it seems like everybody doesn't want to upset Heather. Like she's the baddest bitch in town. Like she will end you. Like she can do the read of all reads. And all she does is say, I swear on my kids. No, she doesn't call them kids. I swear on my children. That's what she does. And that's supposed to be a read. I do not lie. I swear on my children. And everybody had just told her, ooh, watch out. You're going to get it from Heather. Why do they give her so much clout? And did you know there's a lady in OC who, bless her heart, she's going through it. And she was getting evicted, but still getting freaking glam. And I just feel like they're really like downplaying that over there, you know? And I don't know. I kind of feel like it might be more villainized on some other casts. And over there, they're like, oh, well, there's still lollipops and sunshine. And, she just doesn't know how to pay her bills. And she's 43. And, and so, yeah. So, and everybody's like mad that Gina was going off. But I kind of didn't feel good about Gina the way she did old boy. Like, I was like, just say he can't keep up right now. And you got to go do what you got to do. Don't make it seem, I don't know, that just seemed really interesting. And then I feel like Gina set Jenny up. And then, of course, Tamra had her elbows in the shit, up to her elbows in the shit. They didn't even give Jenny a chance to go over there with her hot dog offering and her gift bag before Tamra ran over there and stole the limelight, because Tamra's still the thirstiest thing in the OC. So tiring. So tiring. I would have liked to see Jenny get to own it and go straight to Heather without all that prefabricated energy provided by those people that went over there and said something before she got a chance. That's my thoughts on that. But yeah, all this kissing rings of certain people on these franchises. Look, unless you're actively cashing checks from them, why are you kissing their ring? So far, everyone, it's a backbreaking work kissing rings. Put it that way, because Gina, she finally standing up straight, okay? Because it's backbreaking work. So her back broke the other way because she was like this. We were like, get a posture coach, lady. But anyway, so that was over there. Alexis has demonstrated she has no growth. And for Tamara to pretend like, oh, she's different. I'm like, weren't you mad that she was like, oh, I have this ring. Oh, I have this. And oh, I have that. And you were like, just be a person or something like that is where they left it. And now she's like, oh, I have her man. Oh, I have her man. Oh, I have her man. Oh, I have these receipts of bank transfers from her man. It's like the same exact. You're totally right. Alexis has demonstrated zero growth. And she's so fixated. Yes. So fixated. And I feel like John is, I don't know what happened between him and Shannon for him to be acting like such a Mitch. But this is straight, like, this is like torturous Mitch's behavior. And how is it that every man that ends up with Alexis Bolino ends up in court with Shannon Bedora? I feel like it's Alexis again. And so for Shannon to have called that out to her and been like, I know you had something to do with that other case, and now have something to do with this case to the point where she just said she's about to have something to do with this case. It's Alexis. And I thought these ladies weren't supposed to be that litigious where they're like all around suing each other and stuff all over the place for no, they can't even sue people right on Potomac after you got mollywopped for no reason without it being faked as mutual combat. And over here you can just sue them for this and sue them for that and sue them for this and sue them for that. And then Shannon and Vicky were talking about getting the money they're owed from Tamara dropping out of the Tres Amigas. And why would Tamara drop out? Let things play out. You have kids that you just got back in touch with. So don't you have somebody else to go mother? Leave Shannon alone. You don't really care. She doesn't really even care about Shannon. Or else why would she be hanging out with Alexis talking so much trash because Shannon had a drink? Who are you to regulate who needs to drink and who doesn't drink? Didn't her son have a whole issue with freaking stuff? Like, go regulate your house. And then when you're run out of stones to throw in your glass house, then maybe come outside and pick up your glass before you start throwing stones at other people's glass houses. How about that? How about that? She's so freaking toxic. If she's not stirring shit, she's like getting shit hammered, doing Coyote Ugly on the bars still, flashing her tits, her underscar, flashing her underscar. I don't know. I don't know. That's who hasn't changed either, is Tamara. Anyone remember John breaking up with Shannon right before last season and he tried to pay himself on the back for it and the timing? Yes. Pat his back for the timing. Yes. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's a creep. Creepy McCreeperson. Him, the Slades of the world, the Martells of the industry, like the deer. It's just like creepy McCreeperson. Why are you in this friend group like this? Like, there's no other holes in the whole OC. Really? Really? And then freaking Alexis, you really wanted Shannon Bedore's sloppy seconds? Really? And now you do it 4 times a day with Shannon Bedore's sloppy seconds? And you think that's a brag? Really? Yeah, no, he's a creep. The way Tamra and Emily are poverty shaming Jen is gross and tacky. I feel like I was actually enjoying Emily. I always have enjoyed Emily. And I'm not sure why she's so snarky with Jen. Like, did something happen that I don't know about? Or is she being a mean girl if she's just being a mean girl, then because I haven't been watching all these extra seasons of this stuff. Um, yeah. So, but I decided to watch this season and see what Jenny's bringing to the block. Um, and so far, it's hot dogs and a bad drive. But yeah, I don't think that they should be poverty shaming Jen. And if her new dude wants to pay, let him pay. Yeah, go get set up, get your shit together, girl. Because you already saw it could happen once, and your husband left you high and dry. So you know, oh boy, he won't even have to go through divorce proceedings. He'll just be able to say, get the GTOFH. Yes. And so there's that. Anyway. So that's all I really wanted to share was about Dubai. Chanel messed up. Lisa's right. I hope we don't have to hear anything where Lisa is somehow wrong. Um, but at this point, that was very Karen to like be the one to start it all and then be the one crying that you're so hurt. Like, I'm just like, that's, yeah. And be mad that Stanberry, who no one can trust, you thought you were special. You're so secret friends with her, Chanel Ayan, that you thought you were in trust with Stanberry from your secret friendship with her. You're like literally crying that you thought you could trust the person who in public you're like, oh, she's Lisa's enemy. And as much as they don't get along at all, they just don't vibe with each other. And you know that, and you've been being secret friends with her. And that was going to get you allegiance for her to not throw you under the bus the first chance she got. Because she's right. She didn't know that that was Lisa's recording. So she just was taking the opportunity to throw you, Chanel Ayan, under the bus. First chance she got. First chance she got. So I just wanted to let you guys know. Thanks for coming through. Smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and ring the bell so you can get notified when I upload a video so you can become part of this beautiful curvy community that we're growing over here in the YouTube streets. Yes. Remember, there's enough to go around, so go get some. Raise that vibration, raise that identity, and manifest the things you want. You can speak it, you can write it, you can affirm it, you can see it, vision it, you can do a lot of different things, but just be awesome without harming anybody else, for the good of all and harm to none. You know what I'm saying? And that should have been Chanel's motto, even, for the good of all and harm to none. That was going to harm Lisa if it got out. And for the good of all, who was it good for, her playing that to these two specifically? Okay. Fashion doesn't make you fashionable. That's the note from this, because she's high fashion, but this was low vibration, girl. This was looking very trashy, what you did. Okay. This is like giving trash couture. Okay. And you need to get it together. Okay. Okay. Yes. Anyway, you guys, thanks for coming through. And smash the buttons on your way in or out. If you catch this in the replay, smash all the buttons again. Yes, right on. Thanks for being here, Bianca. Thanks for being here, Romero. Thanks for being here, Be More Shorty, Joanne. Right on. Can I drop a link to Juice Radio? Yeah. Is she going live? She is going live right away. Yeah, sure. Drop her link. She can have a link drop because I'm getting ready to get off of here. And we already had, oh, Carrie, hi. I didn't see you sneak in. Right on. Thanks for coming through. Smack to you again. Thanks for being here. And everybody else that came. Love you. Go be awesome. Happy Saturday. I mean, no, it's Sunday. Happy Sunday, y'all. Happy Sunday. I'll see you guys later.